Welcome to Drum and Drummer, a podcast focused on drums, drumming and drummers. I'm George Pickering and that's Ben Winty, and we are both professional drummers in this business we call music. So stick around and join us as we pass the time whilst trying to stay in time.
No wonder the government's fucked. Do you know what I mean? The waste. The waste.
Yeah.
Support us as you have always done by listening to this podcast.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, good. Yeah.
Thanks for joining us again. It's Drum and Drummer. Bloody hell. It's Drum and Drummer.
Bloody hell. I'm going to start with some corrensponence. Get it out of the way.
Straight in. Love it. Love it. Love
Straight
it. It's in.
From our friend Matt F. Drums. I'll start by saying I messed up last week. I said the wrong name of a drummer who I thought I was recognised by. I think I called him Richard Spavey.
Right.
But it's Richard Spaven.
Oh. Have you been called out?
Called out by Matt F. Drums.
Oh, he's got you there. He's got you.
Thanks for the eagle-eyed listening, Matt. Also, someone new messaged us, Andrew Mansell. Top listen as always. Keep up the great work, guys. So, thank you. Love that.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Brilliant.
that. All good stuff, you know. We love a bit of correspondence.
Specifically praise.
Specifically praise. Although, I think when we get to the point of hate mail, we're doing something right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If people can start being annoyed. Good.
Yeah. Here's a sort of rough template that listeners could follow to if they want to get in touch. You know the shit sandwich?
Yeah, big time.
Shit sandwich. You know, when I send a mix to bands, I love to get a shit sandwich back. Really like it. Could you change this? But thanks very much. You know, bread, meat, bread. The bread is a positive, the meat. Or filling. If in your case, George, pate. I don't know what's salad or something.
Just
a lettuce.
Is definitely not. You can't get veggie pate. Although I'm not really
Well, there's a business idea for you.
fully veggie. Well, yeah. I mean, you know, they've tried to change everything. Why not go for pate?
Put something shit in there, like peanut butter or something.
Peanut butter is not shit.
So a template for your for your email could be, Ben, you're brilliant. We love what you're doing. George, your accuracy on names is abysmal, and I think you can do better. But Ben, great work on the edit. Love it. That's sort of ballpark sort of figure.
Yeah. That was pretty good. Great shit sandwich. You know, I could come back and say something really witty and biting, like, you know,
You're a bit,
but I won't, because I'm a professional. Shall we crack on?
the brighter lot of
We've got a lot
slugs,
to
little
get
slugs. The brighter lot of slugs. Yeah.
What do you want to do first? Should we do your stuff first?
Can do. Can do.
Well, let's hear about your back, because I've heard from Neil that you've hurt your back.
Yeah. What did you hear?
I heard that you bent down to pick up a crumb.
Yeah.
Sorry. And then your back went, and then you were in bed for 2 days, couldn't move. And then you had to do a recording session, and you had to have help setting your kit up and packing it down. I think help is putting it lightly. Apparently, your kit was set up for you, so you could just play. And then that was it. Go on, let's talk about your back, because you are nearly 40.
Yes. Brief rundown. About 8 years ago, I was into the old weightlifting, innit? Because I'm all muscle. Doing the deadlifts. Did a bad lift. Tore a ligament in my lower back.
Yep.
Awful. Right. Kind of maintenance, blah, blah, blah. 4 years later, this is during the lockdown and the old COVID times. Home alone, in lockdown. Went to get some fish fingers out of the freezer. Retore the ligament in my back. Agony. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Doctors, drugs, physio, all that sort of stuff. The physio was great, but she was like, nah, it's just fucked now. So it's never going to get properly better because you're getting older. So just got to deal with it. I was like, sweet.
It's going to get worse.
Yeah.
Keep getting worse, and then you die.
Yeah, basically. So a couple of weeks ago, on a Wednesday morning, got up, was having my breakfast. I was just in the kitchen in my pants, you know. I just started eating my brown flakes again because I'm nearly 40.
Yeah.
And,
so your ass doesn't bleed.
Yeah. You know me. I'm a man who likes to keep a clean house, a clean studio, but a dirty mind. No. Eagle eye. I've got 20/20 vision, so last one in the family not to wear glasses.
Yeah.
If you want to applaud.
Do you need glasses? Are there any points where you're like, I'd need glasses? Really?
No.
Well, well done. That's good.
And I'll put on other people's glasses and go, no, I don't. This is awful.
Yeah.
Eagle-eyed. I spied a crumb.
Well, how could you not with 20/20 vision?
Exactly. And I thought, that's annoying me. I'll just get that. So I put my cereal down. I'd only had a couple of bites, but that's how, where I'm at with
You're
crumbs.
ravenous, but you were like, no.
I'm ravenous, but I can't. How can I truly enjoy these brown flakes?
Yeah.
When I espied a crumb Twixt the door frame.
It was a Twixt crumb, was it?
No, it was betwixt.
Oh.
Betwixt the door. I thought I'll just go and get that. Bent over, game over. a literal snap in my back.
Wow.
My lower back. Instantly knew what I'd done. The feeling is awful. It's sudden pain throughout the lower back, plus the sort of whole lower abdomen. Unable to really stand up and support myself. So there I am. I get up and I'm holding on to the top of the door frame to just keep myself upright. I know if I go down, I might not get back up again.
Yeah.
So I managed to get over to the kitchen side, and I'm just holding myself up. I've got my palms flat on the kitchen counter, and I'm just keeping myself vertical.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, I've been here before. This is fucking awful. Right. At the very least, finish my cereal or at least just have some more because I'm going to be a hungry boy because I might not be able to get food again. So, and then I managed to do that, but it's a weird feeling where you feel like the top half and the lower half of your body are two separate things. And there is no weird support keeping your torso on top of your legs. You feel like your torso might fall off. Anyway, managed to get myself back into bed with some water, made sure I had my phone near me. And there I stayed for, 48 hours.
Wow.
Really,
is that what you have to do? You have to just wait until it feels better?
Well, rest, heat pads, frozen pads. You've got a frozen to kind of
lots of different temperatures going on.
The nerves and heat for the muscles. But kind of the physio explained it to me last time was like basically what happens is when you tear the ligament, all that support network goes in your lower back.
Right.
So your lower back muscles go into overdrive to compensate. And they basically strain themselves and then spasm. And so you have this crazy kind of like muscle tension pain because your lower back is just like no support.
Yeah.
And so the only thing you can really do, did I go to the doctors? No. I'd been before last time it happened, and all they said is like, have some ibuprofen, heat, cool, rest.
Yeah.
That's really all you can do. There's not really anything they can do as such. But the plan was, the thing was on Friday, so 2 days later, I had a recording session where I was session drumming in the studio. And Saturday, I had a freshman
How did you get that gig? How did you get that session drumming gig?
I know the owner.
You seem to have a lot of session drumming gigs all at the same studio.
In my studio.
Yeah.
Anyway. But I had a gig Saturday with freshman year, and we had a deck bass player, so Neil wasn't on it. So I, on that gig, was hiring a van, driving myself in the Singer, loading all the gear, doing most of the setup and running sound and playing drums.
Yeah.
And on Wednesday, I can't walk. So it's a bit like, okay. But it's that kind of thing of you want to do something to make yourself better, to get better.
Yeah.
The best thing you can do is nothing.
Yeah.
The best thing you do is just lie there, sort of something under your knees so your knees are rested. And then Thursday, managed to sleep all right. Thursday, because it was constant pain. Thursday, the pain subsided until you sort of move, and then it might come back. And then got to the point where I could go for a little walk, like literally like an old man, just essentially shuffling, because you kind of got to keep it active as well as rest.
Yeah.
And then Friday was like, I can do the session, but had to have help setting up my drums. So I probably came across as quite bossy when you're instructing people who don't know how to set up a drum kit. How to set up a drum kit.
Yeah,
it's amazing actually, all the little nuances and all the little things you have to do. But anyway, got to the point where he was like, I can't drive, I can move, I am still in pain. But then surprisingly, actually playing the gig, that drum stool I bought, the Head Spinal G, absolute godsend.
Yeah.
And playing the drums, and I think as well, like adrenaline of just going and doing a gig and being in a gig, one hell of a drug.
Yeah.
And I got through it. I couldn't lift any heavy equipment, so the guys stepped up and I sort of explained to them. I had to explain to the groom. I said, look, I fucked my back, tore a ligament. Like, I'm here, but we might just be a little bit slower. He was like, no, man, it's fine. He's like, if you ever need a break.
Tempo of songs?
No, like... He wanted us to start at 6:30. I was like, I don't think that's going to happen. We'll push it back. No. And he said, no, man, like, don't ruin yourself over this gig.
Yeah.
Like, if you need a break, take a break. But
it's only my wedding. Yeah.
So it was just Operation Get to Milton Keynes. But, it's still sore, and I've learnt my lesson. And if I see a crumb, I'm nearly 40, go get the Hoover.
Just do it, yeah. Bend with your knees,
Well, this is the thing. Since it's happened twice before, I'm so conscious of it.
Yeah.
Like, so I really do lift carefully, and it's the one time I didn't,
Exactly.
or like just that
and
one
it's a crumb.
time.
You wouldn't
and
think
it's
that'd
a crumb.
Be heavy lifting.
And I've gone through it. The first time I did it, I was deadlifting 140 kilograms. Cheers. Not even my PB, right? Second time, fish fingers out the freezer. Third time, a crumb off the floor. Like, what's...
I know.
What, is there anything lower? I think breathing. I'll just breathe, and my back will snap in half.
When you said
like
you were
something
shuffling...
from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, when you said you were shuffling like an old man, were you thinking, I'm 39, this feels early for this? I don't think I should be here yet.
I think I quite enjoyed the leisurely pace. I think I get why they do it.
Yeah.
and you almost think people can see you have some sort of ailment, so they give you a wide berth.
Exactly. You'll be so ready to be an old man.
You've kind of got like a protective bubble of like, whoa, what's up with this guy?
Yeah.
And so interesting.
That is interesting. But, well, hopefully you feel better and keep getting better, and that's the last of it. But you're right. If it went from 140 kg to fish fingers to a crumb, it could be nothing that sets it off next time.
Could be nothing.
What's less than a crumb?
And people go, you need to be careful. You lift. I know. I've done it before. Crumbs aren't heavy, so I thought I don't need to lift with my knees. Bend with my knees. Yeah. But one of them, I don't know, because it was early. It was the morning. So probably
can that be the title? Crumbs aren't heavy, so I thought I don't need to lift with my knees. Right. Anyway, that's probably enough about your back. Let's talk about me.
Yeah,
no, I had some gigs. One with Tim Love. It's a good name, isn't it? First time I played a gig with him last week. It was nice. I was a lot of driving last week. Friday I was in Felixstowe.
Sure.
And then the next night I was with Neil, and that was really nice. Play with Neil. Neil was annoyed at the venue manager, which is fair enough. If you're listening to this, Neil, it was, quite rightly, this man came in hot. He came in hot. Yeah,
I've heard about this, yeah.
We were at a marquee, and he came in like, whoa, I can't really remember what he said, but it was just along the lines of like, that might be a bit too loud. He's like, play the drums again. Neil was like, George, play as loud as you're going to play. And, it's that classic thing where it's like 5 p.m. There's no other noise going on. And suddenly you start playing drums. He's like, yeah, I think that might be a bit too loud. I'm like, well, wait until 9 o'clock when there's 100
9
people
o'clock.
in
Couple of lines of coke.
Yeah.
You're in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No one will mind.
You'll want it louder, mate. Trust me.
Yeah, exactly. But, it was nice. It was quite refreshing because the night before I played with a band I'd never met. And you're a bit like, oh, you got to, meet them and you got to do all that. And then Saturday turned up.
You have to be a person.
You have to be a person.
When you're dead for decades,
Baz,
you can just be a slug,
You can do what you want, yeah. So that was nice. And then this weekend, I've had 2 gigs. So one was with this guy, Tim, who I played with for the first time last week. Got asked back, which is nice. That was a really nice gig. It was just a wedding. But he's very good, this guy, Tim. He just knows what to do, He's good with set lists, which is kind of overlooked. But we were playing the other night and everyone was dancing to these pop songs and Basket Case was next up. And he was like, let's not do that. Let's do Shut Up and Dance, because there's a lot of kids on the floor, And so that was fun, just a nice gig. But anyway, let me tell you about yesterday. So yesterday I had a roaming gig. So have you ever done a roaming gig?
No, and I never will.
No. So I think you should because it's the easiest money you'll ever make. It's easier than cajon money. So if you can get past the thing of like, what am I doing? I've got a degree in drums. Why am I doing this? Then it's great. So it was with Wildwood Sky. It was just the 4 of us, as in everyone but Lennon. And yeah, we turned up at this, I don't even know what it was, this big, corporate centre, big building and then a big outdoor space. And we were told play from 12 till 1 and then 2:15 till 3:15, all unplugged. So basically Joe and Ben Y were playing acoustic guitars. Lucy was just singing. It was all a cappella. And first we had to play in like the entrance.
Phrase,
huh?
Not the right use of the phrase, a cappella.
Oh, what? A cappella?
A cappella's voice only.
Ah.
Unamplified, yeah. I think is what
unamplified. Yeah, a cappella with instruments, some would say. So we sat up in the reception and we were playing, and it's just, I was like, a lot of money has been thrown at this event. Like, there was a magician. A magician's a weird thing. I was watching the magician because I was just hitting this snare that was wrapped around me. Shout out to Johnny Brister. He said, strap it around yourself with a guitar strap. Great little trick, And I was like, how am I going to get it around the snare? I just undid a few lugs, put it through, and then the lug can act as a guitar strap holder thing. I don't know. Anyway, so thank you, Johnny. As I was playing, I was getting a bit distracted because everything was just the same. I was just kind of doing a train track beat on a snare. So I'm sort of looking around and just seeing what's going on.
Were you on sticks, hot rods, brushes?
Hot rods. And even hot rods was like, I had to be soft, because they're all unplugged.
Because the guitar is a cappella.
Exactly. And but I was watching this magician and I was like, a magician's a weird job because as a musician, you set up and play, and then whether they like it or not, you are playing, But a magician has to almost go up to people and be like, do you want some magic? And if they say no, then you just have to not do some magic, you know what I mean? And I was watching him, I was like, I wonder how, I don't know, like if he could get away with doing one trick for the hour that he's paid for. Like, well, no one wants to see magic, And I was sort of watching him, and the more I watched him, I was like, God, this is quite lonely, isn't it? He kept going up to kids being like, do you want a card trick? And the parents are like, no, you're all right. Just move my child away from this man. And what's even funnier, it's not funny, well, it kind of is, he looked like a magician. It was like that IT crowd thing.
They do, yeah.
I saw him walk in, there's this tall, thin, wiry man, and I was like, that's the magician right there. You can see that a mile off. But yeah, we played, and there was a dressing room, and I found out that there was a lot of snacks for all the hundreds of people that were working there, catering staff, entertainers. So I try to be restrained, but when you've got hobnobs and penguins and sandwiches, crisps, all sorts, how much can I take? But yeah, we did both our sets, but the second set was outside, and we just stood outside just on a hay bale. No one was really paying attention, so it was just like, it was less than an acoustic set where you are mic'd up, because we weren't mic'd up. It was windy. Yeah, and I was just hitting a snare. And then at 3:15, we were like, right, that's our time done. Let's go home.
Later.
Yeah, see you later. And mental. But I'm all for those sorts of things, because it was the easiest money.
They're interested in that sort of thing. I think you do them and you go, it's easy. No one gives a shit. It's all that.
Yeah.
Do too many, you want to kill yourself.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
But But I think it was just the fact that it was daytime.
I want to go up to the organisers and go, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like what? If in this situation you've spent thousands of pounds on stuff that just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then it makes you go, well, no wonder the government's fucked. Do you know what I mean? The waste.
Yeah.
How much do they spend on you guys? How much do you reckon?
Well,
what was it?
If we're talking fee, we each got over 300 quid. And that's after Taylor take their big cut and another agency took their cut. Management, travel was 375. It was just like, but
it's mental.
But no, that's what I mean. Money. I was just, there was about 50 waiter and stuff. If they're on, even minimum wage, they're getting, let's say they're there all day. They get
at least than you.
Well, at least 100 quid. And so you do 100 times 50, you do the math. That's profit
sort of money.
But I was thinking, where has all the money come from? But it was weird because it was London, so it was kind of bougie. So you could see all the parents of these kids.
They love it. Mate, I got Sony in the mid-noughties. Absolutely flush. But the shit they spunk their money on is unbelievable.
Well, this is it. I'm like, was it from tickets, or did they just, I don't know, a company doing an event, maybe a tax thing? Let's just spend everything.
Yeah, tax thing. Or, quite often is like, here, everyone have some pizza. And buying 50 pizzas for your staff is cheaper than giving them all a pay rise.
Well, yeah, exactly.
It's that sort of thing. So,
but that's enough about that. Because I want to hear about this band at your studio. Because was that all that you had to say? Was there anything else? I want to get through it before we have to wrap up.
Yes, I think so. I think there's a hi-hat clutch thing that I want to talk about, but I'll save that.
Yeah, save that. I want to hear the band thing.
Save that. I was looking through some family photos with my mum the other day and found a picture of me sat behind the drum kit from Jersey when I first played drums to my parents to say, can I have drum lessons? And it's this beast of a metallic silver Pearl Export. But I've sent you the picture. Pop it on the gram.
Yeah.
Well, look at the size of the toms. That's what I say.
Make this into an audiogram and then it'll make sense,
And
there we
then
go.
I'll put the picture. Swipe left, right. Which way is it? Because you're swiping the pictures on the right.
That moves in, but you're actually moving your finger left.
Depends which way.
Just swipe across.
Swipe across. Go along the carousel. You'll hear us saying this.
Yeah. I don't like it. Yeah. Comment.
Inception.
Brilliant stuff. Yeah, it's really good. Right. We'll get through this. Right. Okay. So I was at work the other night. Right. And just babysitting some rehearsals. Go on.
Yeah. Does everyone know what that means?
So at the studio, we, as well as recording, we have rehearsal space. We call babysitting. Basically, someone's got to be there for the bands when they arrive.
While they're there, and then to pack up at the end.
We call it babysitting.
Yeah.
So I was doing my babysitting duty. It was Thursday night. I had 2 bands in. One band, regulars, easy. Second band, didn't know who they were. So I was like, okay, who are these guys? So they both starting at 7. About 10 to 7, the guy turns up for rehearsal in the band I don't know. But it turns out I actually do know him. He's rehearsed before, years ago, but a very nice chap. So said hello, reacquainted ourselves. And he said, I'm here with my new band, or, a new band since I last saw him.
Yeah.
He said, but we might, that's if the singer turns up. Or something along those lines, like, if we actually do a rehearsal. He said, we're going to have a bit of a chat with our singer tonight. And I was like, oh. And I think I did the classic singers, am I right?
Yeah.
Something bullshit, like,
yeah.
Anyway, so they set up. Drummer had a huge drum rack, like way too big. And I'm not, each their own. But as soon as I saw him setting this bad boy up, I thought he's not going to be very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he wasn't. Anyway.
Sad but true.
Yeah. So later on, they were playing, and then they went for their break. They came and bought some canned pop from me at the office. And then they went and had their break in reception. Now, we have CCTV throughout the building. There's a camera over reception. There's no audio on it.
No.
But there's a camera also in each rehearsal.
But you can see body language.
I can see body language. But I have the office door open. The reception's not that far away. I can hear the natural sound. And so I hear, they just start talking. I've got headphones on, so I'm doing some editing in the office. And I hear them start talking, and I think, they're going to have a chat with their singer. So I just pop my headphones off, and I can see on CCTV, I can see the singer, and I can see I think it was the drummer. Can't see the other two, they're sat on the sofa. But I can hear them. And I thought, I'm going to do what was right in terms of, I'm going to message George a play-by-play of this. Of this situation, because it started getting beefy very, very quickly.
I'm going to refresh myself, but keep talking.
So I said, so basically I could hear them, and they started talking to the singer, and it was something along the lines of like, hey, like, we just want to chat to you about something, blah, blah, blah. And the main issues were that they were unsure of his commitment to the band. And this was fueled by, and I quote, this is what the drummer actually said, you've either been late or cancelled every rehearsal this year.
Fair enough.
Right, fair enough. So, and the singer, right, the best thing I think to do is to read what I sent you on WhatsApp.
I think
it's
so,
quite a
I've
good
got it up now.
summation. Message 1, a band are having some drama in reception. So I'm firing these messages out at George. I know he's not seeing them or responding, so I'm just sending them, and I think it's going to be brilliant. He's going to get like a load of messages. They're giving the singer some hard truths. The singer is not taking it well. You've either been late or cancelled last minute to every rehearsal this year. Then the singer said, guys, this cuts deep. I'm not sure I can be in a room with you right now. And there's more conversation going on. The singer is not taking this very well. I said to you, George, this is brilliant. The singer's shaking his head. The drummer is laying into him. Lol. I'm glad they paid online. And then the band was sort of saying, look, you're taking this the wrong way. And the singer went, I'm taking this the wrong way. And then another guy pops up with, we can't keep cancelling another rehearsal studio 10 minutes before they charge. They're getting annoyed at us now. The thing is, rehearsals are so special to us. And there was a lot of like, we don't know where you stand with this band and commitment-wise. Like, we all have lives. We all have, family, children, jobs. And we like to prioritise this band at some point and have a rehearsal. And then we all practice at home and we all come to rehearsal and we organise it. We make sacrifices. And then you always cancel, blah, blah, blah. And then he just kept shaking the singer. He's shaking his head. He's got his hands up to his face. And he's like, I don't want to be in this room. It's best I stand down. You've made this decision easy for me. After everything I've done, this is your viewpoint on me. In my mind, there's nothing I can say. And then they were like, no, we still want you to do the band. We just want to know if there's anything we can help with to help get us to a place where we're all on the same page. And he just goes, no. And then he went, I'm done. He stormed off. He went into the rehearsal room, packed his bag, went to the car and drove off within about 40 seconds.
Amazing.
It was so quick, I thought it was another car driving off. And this was about 50 minutes before their rehearsal ended.
Yeah.
And then they just went and packed up. Incredible drama.
I love it. I love it. It's so dramatic.
It was like, every band's been in a situation where you have a problem with one of the members or something like that.
Yeah.
But to see it play out in front of me was... But the singer, he really didn't have any idea that he'd been, letting them down in some way, and he really did not take it well.
Wow.
But these were all of these people were over 30, potentially closer to my age. They weren't young. They weren't like kids.
No.
These are adults. But it was funny. And I also remember another time, quickly.
Yeah.
Another band came in. This was years ago, and he said, the guy was like, we need to have a bit of a chat with one of our band members. They went into the rehearsal room at 6:00. They set everything up. They didn't play a note. They were just talking in the room, and about an hour and a half later, packed up, and he came out and he went, yeah, we've split up. They left.
Wow.
This is the place where dreams are made.
Yeah.
The old blacksmiths,
As you said, people change when they go in that room. I think it is they sort of revert back to being 17, and no matter what age they are, they're like, no, I'm in a band. This is what it's about. And you see grown men that have jobs and families and mortgages, and then they enter that studio, and they're
regression.
Yeah,
we're a band and we have a dream.
Yeah,
and if you're stopping me getting my dream,
yeah,
it's like, guys, you're playing Born to Run.
Yeah. Yeah. And you live in the hills.
Brilliant.
Where are you running to? Yeah.
That'll do, won't it?
That will do, because in 1 minute we have to do a guest.
Yes,
obviously,
we will
this isn't
apologise
part
to
of this
him being
podcast.
late.
No, I just messaged him. I said,
cool.
Just finishing up the pod.
Sweet.
But yeah, that'll be out next week as well.
Yeah.
Unless he cancels now. But we'll see. But yeah, good chat.
Yeah. Amazing stuff.
It is amazing.
It was brilliant. Honestly, it was brilliant. And I was so excited to send you every message as fast as I could, so that I knew whatever you were doing, you'd look at your phone and be, Christ, what's going on? I've got 19 WhatsApps from Winty.
I was playing football.
And then read this drama. This drama unfold.
But. Yeah, well, actually, Will's just setting up. So I'll say, do you remember that time? I mean, obviously you remember that time. The best fight I've ever seen happen at your studio. And we were in reception. It was about 10 a.m. in the morning. I'm sure we've told it on here before, but it was just fantastic. It was, I can't remember who the bad member was.
I know exactly who it was.
Well, I know you know the band, because I'm pretty sure it was the band that took a while to finish recording.
Yeah.
But I just remember the line. No, I don't remember the line. I remember it was something along the lines of, it was like, what was it? It was something to do with sucking dick. And it was like, look, I'm not going to suck your dick, or something like that. And then, but like metaphorically, I don't know. And it was like, I don't want you to suck my dick, Gary. And at that point, I was like, this is amazing. I think he was saying it in terms of like, look, kind of like lick my ass. So I don't want you guys to have to lick my ass. I don't want to lick your ass. And it was just like, what is like, it wasn't even 10 a.m., and a fight was kicking off, and you had to record them all day.
I had to record them all day. Yeah.
It was amazing. But, that's the mad world we live in,
Mad world. That's what music do to you.
Yeah, that's what music do to you.
That's what music do to you.
And they were a great a cappella band, that lot, with instruments.
Instagram, like, subscribe, follow, and all that shit.
Message us. Give us a shit sandwich.
Yeah. Shit sandwich. I gave you the structure. I'll repeat it. Ben, you're great. George.
Progress to be made.
Yeah.
Other than that, love it.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
No, it's all good. It's all good work. Right.
We're both
let's wrap it up.
veggie pate in this sandwich.
I don't think I've ever seen veggie pate.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a pate guy, am I?
Are you not?
Sorry.
You seem like a pate guy.
What makes you say that?
I just imagine, because you said you don't like peanut butter, so I'm like, well, he must like some sort of spread. But now I'm remembering you don't like toast because, and I quote, toast is for poor people, is what you once said. So maybe you haven't delved into the world of toast spreads.
No, I don't like toast because of crumbs on the floor.
Well,
Because look
this
what
is
it does to me.
Yeah.
You know,
If you
I'm
were
not a
partially
Crumb
sighted,
guy.
you wouldn't have seen that, and you could have just gone about your day. You know, sometimes it's bad to have 20/20 vision.
That's the moral of the story.
I think there
We'll
was
see
a
you
line
next
at
week.
which we should have ended the episode.
Yeah. We'll go. See you later.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Drum and Drummer. You can find us on Instagram at Drum and Drummer Podcast. And you can send us an email to drumanddrummerpod@gmail.com. Remember, just pick up the sticks and twat it.